Hi there, class. We're going to be talking today about inferences, which is a lot like what we talked about last week, which was, if you'll recall, context clues. Now, context clues, if you'll recall, was looking at a sentence or a couple of sentences to see if you could determine what the meaning of a certain word was within those sentences. And context clues is taking that same type of logic work and reasoning work and applying it to a whole paragraph or a picture or something that you hear, a story of some sort. So we're going to go ahead and do that with no further ado. And so it's inference is one way to think critically. And so what is an inference? Like I said, it's not very different from a context clue. I gotta get this started again. Okay. And it is to infer is to use reason and logic to draw conclusions about what you see, read, or hear. So to start off, we're gonna do like a little inference exercise with a picture. So this picture is the skyline of New York City. And you're going to pretend, you're going to be, in your head, be thinking about whether, not whether, but that you have gone on vacation to your grandparents' house. And they actually live in the country outside of New York City, out in the suburbs, like there's horses and cows and everything. It's like way out in the country. But it's not that far or that long on a commuter train to get into New York. So you will take the commuter train in and you see all the sights in New York. And then after you've seen all the sights, you get on the train to come back home and you see this guy. You're on the train coming home from the busy city to your home out in the country and you see this man. I want you to look at the picture and tell me what it is that you know by looking at the picture. What can you see and know 100% just by what you see in that picture?
I can see that the man is sleeping.
Is he sleeping or does he just have his eyes closed? You know that he's a man. Is he sleeping or just eyes closed, or that you know 100%?
I don't know.
So you don't really know if he's sleeping, but you can see that his eyes are closed, right? What else can you tell me? What do you know? Some details, maybe what he is wearing.
He's in a suit.
Okay.
Um, I think that's it.
And that's it. Okay. Now, I want you to look at the picture some more and tell me what you can infer. What can you use reason and logic for to draw conclusions about on this picture?
The man is maybe tired from work.
Tired from work. Can you tell me what your evidence is for that inference?
He's wearing work clothes.
Good, wearing work clothes. And how do you know that he's tired?
He has his eyes closed.
Has his eyes closed, so he may be sleeping, right? Just like you said before, may be sleeping. How about the fact that we're coming from the city to the suburbs? Where would he be most likely to wear a suit like that?
At his job.
at his job, which is not likely on a farm, right? So probably likely in the city. So that's another piece of evidence that says that he was probably working at his job in the city. Is there anything else that you can see on there that maybe gives you an idea of who this guy is? What's he holding
I
in his
can't
lap there?
see.
What does it look like he might be having in his lap?
I can't see that far down in the picture.
No. Well, it looks to me like maybe a briefcase. So if a man's wearing a suit and has a briefcase, what kind of job does he have?
Maybe a computer job
Maybe a
or
computer job or something like that. Maybe a businessman. Okay. So we were able to kind of figure out a lot about what this guy is doing just by kind of picking up on clues that we see, right? So now I want you to look at this and life as a pioneer child. This is an informational task card. And what you would do is very quickly read this, which I know that you've already read because I gave it to you before lunch. And now we're going to answer some of these questions that have to do with that. Okay, so what I would like you to do is um, maybe if you can look at the first paragraph and tell me, how does life today differ from the life of a pioneer child?
um and today um and lots of kids go home from school. They they play video games,
And then
and
pioneer children
but
do different things entirely or did different things entirely, right? So what can you tell me about what pioneer children used to do?
children used to cook and clean and stuff and work.
Sorry, go ahead. So they
Um,
would cook and
clean and do lots of work
uh-huh.
at home.
They did very different things, didn't they? Can you tell me using the context clues in the last paragraph? Can you infer the meaning of the word minimal?
I think it would mean very little.
Yeah, I mean very little. Exactly. Good job. Why do you think pioneer children were expected to be like miniature adults? Can you use evidence in the paragraph, the basically the looks like the third paragraph to tell me why they were expected to be like miniature adults?
Um, they had to help to take care of their families and um, yeah,
Yeah, they had to do like things that the grown-ups did, right? Can you tell me like some of the things that the boys did that were kind of like grown-up jobs?
they made new buildings and
Uh-huh.
they in farms and they hunted.
Yeah. And how about the girls? What are the things that the girls did that were like grown-ups?
Um, they looked after the younger kids and they sewed and
Yeah,
cooked.
real good. Very good. So you were able to actually kind of make some guesses about the lives of these kids by reading these stories. They didn't tell you that those were grown up things to do, but you kind of got the idea based on what it was you were reading that that's what that was, right? So here's what I'm going to do for your homework. You're going to have three more of these cards. One is about mammals, one is about a Hawaiian history, and one is erosion and weathering. Just pick one, and you can do the exact same thing we just did. Do the reading on the right or on the left, answer the questions on the right. Um, and then you're going to turn it in. It's going to be due tomorrow. So it's homework. Okay. Do you have any questions about that? Is that a no? Okay. Awesome. Thank you so much.